Let's check in now with how the markets are looking around the world. We're going to be joined by Chief Analyst at GTC, Jameel Ahmad. Jameel, thanks as always for your time. Well, let's start with that overall look at the global markets. A lot of oil price volatility.
That's exactly right, Eve. In terms of global markets, we're still seeing the same kind of trends, but it's actually in oil prices and commodities that we're seeing a lot of volatility. Yesterday, we had the OPEC latest monthly report come out, and we actually saw another downward revision in terms of demand for the commodity expected. Now, that's the third consecutive downward revision in a row. And actually, what they kind of pointed out is that demand will come down towards 1.9 million barrels per day against 2 million barrels per day. But there were specific concerns that demand is slowing because economic momentum is not picking up to the speed that some expected in 2024. And that's a trend that might continue into 2025, which is a negative for oil price. Of course, we're watching the Israel and Iran situation very closely as well. But so far this week, oil prices have lost around $5 to come towards $70 as of time of this interview.
Now, Jameel, we are just 3 weeks away from those US elections. The economy always top of voters' minds, no matter where we are in the world. But recent comments on economic policy, including tariffs and Fed policy there in the US, is that having any impact?
So the former US president, who according to some prediction markets now and opinion polls is now back above the lead, did say yesterday that tariff should be the favorite word in the dictionary. That suggests that should the former president come back into the White House, that we're going to see more trade wars with China and so forth. There was other comments that also were important. For example, that the US president should have a right to talk to the US central bank about central bank policy, specifically interest rates. Of course, investor independence when it comes to central banks is a huge topic for investors. But what he tried to say is that although I cannot tell them what to do, I should be able to give them my opinion. Elsewhere, the other comment was that the US dollar will remain as the world reserve currency, and that some nations might be encouraged to pick up holdings of the US dollar just in case they're thinking about adopting a different currency in the future. So I think that just goes to show the unconventional tactics of the first term. Should he get a new term as a returning president, we should expect more of the same.
Okay, speaking of adopting another currency, Jameel, Bitcoin prices have been surging.
That's another one of the famous Trump trades. During the campaign so far, he has promised to make cryptocurrency in the United States the capital cryptocurrency worldwide. So far this week, we've seen Bitcoin prices up around 10%, coming towards $70,000. Should momentum completely just swing in the favor that Trump is the leading candidate, at the moment we're just above 50%, but we've been neck and neck for a couple of weeks. But should that trend continue of him looking favorable, then we can also expect more gains for the crypto markets.
Okay, Jameel Ahmad of GTC, thanks indeed for your time.